a lot to have you all here today. This is obviously our September book club, but it's also a very, very special one because it also doubles as the book release for Mr. Keith Boykin's For Color Boys anthology that has recently come out. So Keith is fresh with us today from the DMC, right?
Yes.
So we're really lucky to have him here after a long, exciting week. So yeah, please give him a warm welcome. Hopefully it won't be the last.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
Nice. So just like a few of you have been to our book clubs before, and we're going to do this in a very, very similar format. We normally just start with some questions for the author, which can include the audience as well, and then Keith is going to do a reading from his portion in the book, and then we can follow up with more questions, but then eventually we like to have a general dialogue and get as many of you guys engaged as possible on the themes in the book. So even if you haven't scooped the book yet, you'll still be able to participate as we're just going to talk about some general things related to suicide and the Black gay community and LGBT communities of color as a whole. So that's what today is going to look like. Sound good? Sounds good. All right, so let's just hop into some questions about this book. So this is
with the legislative knife, would you heed a plea that dumps MT into the sea? If a captious bishop with a golden boss cross allowed his church to take a financial loss so he could screw the boys in the pew, would you continue to offer your hard-earned tithes to his silk-lined coffer or orchestrate a coup? If a closeted basketball star, and yeah, we know who you are, told a reporter that queers were bizarre, then smoked a cigar, got drunk at a bar, and sped off in a red sports car, would you go to his house and tell his spouse? Or is that a bit too far? If Che Guevara appeared to you in drag, if Marx and Lenin said they were fags, if Malcolm and Martin held hands for your rights, would that be enough to get you to fight? If the CDC released a report that your life was endangered and needed support, would that be the jolt to start a revolt, to fight for your rights in the highest of courts? If Marlon and Essex arose from the dead, if Marie Antoinette said let them eat bread, if a guillotine's blade hung over your head, would that be the shake to get you awake, or would 10 million slaves have to turn in their graves and the earth begin to quake? Was Gil Scott-Heron wrong? Does it start with Chairman Mao and a gong, with Tracy Chapman and a folk singer playing an acoustic guitar in a sarong, with sandaled hippies singing the Beatles song, or with Bob Marley smoking ganja from a bong? Does it start with a poem, a rhyme, a riddle, a rose, or with prose? How many licks and sticks and stones, bricks and broken bones does it take to get to the center of your soul with love over fear to help your own? Does it start with a rally at City Hall, with an assassination in the shopping mall, with 2 men in the shower stall, with a female soldier in the mess hall, with a holy warrior in a prayer shawl, when a Wall Street trader makes a margin call, with a 90-minute conference call, a flash mob that becomes a brawl, or a bright young kid leaves suburban sprawl, and a suicide note in his residence hall, or maybe a stone wall. Do we have to wait for some imaginary date when Gandhi and Jesus congregate, when Jimmy Baldwin turns straight, when Audrey and Bayard agree to mate, or Madiba made license plates, before we can create an army of our own? Can we write a check, send a text, or hold a strike? Or will some exec with a smooth silk tie commodify our tongues untied, then undermine our battle cry, repackage and securitize our rage, and sell it back to us for general consumption as we age? Does it start in the course of human events? 2 lovers engaged in an argument, from childhood games of robbers and cops, or grown-up games of bottoms and tops, while we pose shirtless for photo ops in the backs of magazines. Or perhaps on a computer screen, when a size queen with a measuring stick finds an online trick from a porno flick, and a thugged-out dude with a 12-inch dick walks in with swagger, but hides his dagger. Will it take a sign from the divine, the ghost of Sylvester turning water to wine, or just a shrine hung with twine to all the victims of our benign neglect? Are you waiting for a fork in the road? The reformation of a penal code, a gospel choir singing Beethoven's Ode, a 1960 segregated commode, or a first class ticket to the Underground Railroad? Would you drop your sign at the picket line an acre short of the goal line and settle for 39? Or would it be cruel to demand a mule and an extra acre for a troublemaker who dismantled the master's tools? Could it possibly be so crass to come from the kid in the back of the class who are holding up a magnifying glass to our ass as we deconstruct plutocracies, theocracies, and democracies in the safety of the bureaucracy of our ivory towers? Or must it be so evident as a little boy in discontent, staring down with a quiver at Langston's cool-faced river? Will it start at a book club in Harlem, when a literary gym triggers a brainstem for a guy who's smart with a bleeding heart, but for some is just too femme? Or will it pop with a riot in Harare, when the police invade with a hand grenade to stop the planning of a pride parade? Or maybe a school at Hartsfield, when an old maid with a hearing aid looking for trade is caught in jail in the bathroom raid? Will we stand for the boys who crushed on each other and the guys with the dolls who were told they were wrong? Will we dance to the beats that kill us softly, or demand an end to the murder songs? Will we fight the bullies hiding their pain, every blow of their fist disguising their shame? Will we help the boys who walk with a twist, or extinguish their flame and their right to exist? Will we love the men who were raped on a date, led to believe it was just their fate? And what of the teens down on their luck, forced in the streets and paid to fuck? Will a revolution start with shock and awe, a declaration of martial law, a forbidden dance, a furtive glance, don't ask, don't tell, an HIV cell, or maybe a magic spell, or perhaps a spark plugged into a text with a friend request for a not-so-peaceful corps recruiting for a war? Do you accept, or do you ignore? Yes, how do you start a revolution? With a civil war between the states of consciousness and conscience seeking regime change with acts of sedition as ammunition against our programmed minds? Or a stomach twisted into a knot, a conspirator's plot with a shot heard around the world, flags unfurled in the morning mist, or with a kiss?